Hi, this is Sharon Martin, and today I'm going to be talking a bit about boundaries. And I'm going to be talking about them in the context of the holidays, only because we often face some extra challenges with our boundaries at the holidays. It tends to be a high stress time of year, and we're often dealing with family or other get-togethers where we have some challenging situations. So if you're watching this video at a different time of year, you'll find that it certainly applies to other situations. Like I said, it's just that it is the holiday season as I'm recording this, and I'm really thinking about some of those particular challenges. So anyway, as we start to think about our boundaries and the boundaries that we need around the holidays, I want you to prepare yourself. And I want you to really just take a couple of minutes. You might even want to pause this video so that you can stop and jot this down on a piece of paper. So to start with, I want you to think about who are the people in your life, especially the people you're going to be encountering over the next few weeks, that tend to be the boundary pushers, those people who often violate your boundaries. So this is, situations where, maybe somebody who's very critical of you, somebody who's maybe passive aggressive with you. It could be the person who drinks too much at the holiday party, or the person who stands uncomfortably close to you. Those are all different types of boundary violations, and there's certainly many others. So what happens when somebody is, violating our boundaries or trying to, push up against our boundaries? They're essentially saying to us, my needs are more important than your needs, or my wants are more important than what you want in this situation. And I really don't care about your needs. And so I'm just going to go ahead and take what I need and do what I want without regard to how that affects you or how you feel about that. So that's essentially the message that's coming across, right? And if we think about our healthy self, we certainly know that that's not okay. It's not okay for somebody to disregard our feelings or our needs or our wants, or to expect us to be exactly like they are, or to feel the same feelings that they're feeling, or have the same opinions and values that they have. We are entitled to be our own separate people, to have our own needs and our own wants, and to be respected in those situations. So often, in families in particular, but really in any kind of, system, things tend to be very repetitive. So if you think about your holiday gatherings of the past, you will often see these repetitive patterns. It's almost as if we've been cast in a play, and everyone in the family has a role that they have been cast in. And though, we just play that part out time and time again. And it's sort of amazing how this can happen, even if you don't see your family for, years at a time, but then you all get back together and it's as if nothing has changed. Sometimes you might feel this way, that you feel like a child again when you go home to your parents' house or you're around your siblings. And that's because we're right back in those roles. Whatever part you tend to play in your family is what everybody is expecting you to do. And that can be challenging, but it's also really helpful information that can help you navigate these family situations. And one thing that you really want to remember is that if you want to change, the family dynamics, the way things go at these family gatherings, you cannot be going into it expecting that your family's going to act differently, that they're going to think differently, that they're going to be different somehow this year. They're going to keep on playing those same parts that they've always played, but you do not have to play your part. You are free to cast yourself in a different role. And sometimes that new role is, I'm choosing not to participate in this family drama anymore. I am going to stand on the sidelines and I'm going to observe as much as I can, and I'm going to take care of myself and let you guys do what you want to do, but I'm not going to be involved in it. So anyway, back to what I was saying earlier, in making the importance of making this list and really identifying who are the people who are most likely to violate your boundaries. And even more specifically, in what way? What does this usually look like? I want you to have a really clear picture so that you can have a plan and really have, almost you can rehearse a new role for yourself, that you might even want to write out a script for yourself. And you don't have to follow that script exactly, of course, when you get to the Christmas party or the New Year's Eve party. But just doing the exercise can be really helpful and giving you clarity about what is it that I want to say, how is it I want to handle this, what are the responses that I'm going to have that are going to be different. So when those boundary violations, come up in my face, I'm not going to be flustered, and I'm not just going to fall right back into the same old routine and the same old reactions that I have had before. I can do something different this year. So I'm gonna just close with it for now. Boundaries is a huge topic, and there's plenty more that we can say, but I like to keep these videos fairly short for you. But I think the main takeaway is, remember that you can use the information, the difficulties, the challenges, the frustrations of past holiday seasons to inform you in making a plan and figuring out how you want to behave and what you can do to manage the difficult people and those boundary violators that you're likely to come up against. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Take care.